Okay, let's get to the game. It was a late kickoff, wasn't it? At the Stadium of Light, Sunderland against Arsenal. It finished 2-2 in the end. Let's speak to Stephen Dalton and Jamie Kent, who join us both now. Stephen, I'm going to start with you. What did that game feel like to watch? Do you feel 2-2 a good result in the end for you guys?
It's a tremendous result. No one's put 2 goals past Arsenal all season in any competition, so that's got to be a fantastic result for us. The only team to beat them was Liverpool. Even Man City, when they drew, scored only 1. I mean, that is a tremendous result for us. We've worked really hard for that.
Stephen, I have to say, the atmosphere in the stadium looked unreal, especially when Ballard scored that goal. You know, the camera panned to the fans and everything just erupted.
It's like that almost every game. The crowd are really, really behind the team, and there's a really good connection with the fans and the players. And the motto, ever since the playoffs last season, has been till the end. And yet again, I think that's the 6th goal we've scored in the last quarter of Premier League games this season. That's got to be more than anybody else. Tremendous stuff. Every time it's like that. Can't switch off.
Jamie, how are you feeling tonight? I mean, you don't look too happy, but
Jamie's looking like me.
No, look, it's one of those things. Credit to Sunderland, they were brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, the first half, we didn't deserve anything. We did then, second half, come back and play really, really well. We got our second, kind of went, oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
It would never do. Not in this league. And there's a few complaints about VAR for the equaliser. Not a chance. Not a chance. Get over it. It's a great finish. It's, for me, weak from Gabriel, should be stronger. Raya could do a bit better as well, but credit where it's due. Sunderland deserved it. Let's not take anything away from them. They were brilliant.
Jamie, why do you think that is? Because obviously, I mean, Trossard scores a fantastic goal. You know, everyone's buzzing, everyone's jubilant. Like you said there, it wasn't a great performance, but that's because of how well Sunderland played. They stuck to their game plan. But it's results like this that have cost Arsenal in the past.
100%. And look, we had chances as well. We had hit the bar of Zubimendi. As he had a few volleys that were saved. Right at the end, it was a great save from the goalkeeper. And then Dan Ballard, my word, what a block. That was cliche Terry Butcher style defending, just get anything in the way. And he's done so well. And he's so good today, Dan Ballard. And it's those are the sort of points that keep Sunderland up and will also keep Arsenal wondering, was that the game? But look, it's a long way to go. And on paper, it's not that bad. It's a tough place to go. They beat Chelsea 2 weeks ago at Stamford Bridge. It's going to be a tough place. And tomorrow, Liverpool playing City. If that's a draw as well, as we were. So it's not be-all and end-all so far.
Stephen, I want you to have a right to reply there because you were chuckling there at the, staying up. I mean, you've got to be... What are your aims for this season?
Stephen wants Champions League football.
Yeah.
Of course I do. Why not? The last time Arsenal and Sunderland contested a fixture when both of them were in the top 4 was 1935, and the England captain played for us then. So I think, why not? You know, the only people to beat Arsenal are the champions. They're looking like the runaway leaders of the division, and we have given them undoubtedly the toughest game of the season out there today. They were really good for the 25 minutes after half-time. They were amazing. And then I think your man's right. They sat off a bit and tried to take that 2-1, and that fatal.
Stephen, this is very much like Forest last season, the way they started and continued and stayed in them European places.
No.
What do you think is a realistic target now for Sunderland?
Look, the owner was on last week and said, he gave an interview on Sky last week, said, we'll see where we are come January. And if we're in a position to try and secure the top 10, then we'll go for it. We're in a position to be able to go again in transfer-wise in January. And I think we're better than Forest. Under Nuno, they played very tight, they played a long ball. I see why you make that comparison. But we've been really, really flexible with our formation. And Labrie there, towards the end when we're behind, he takes off all 3 of his front line and brings on 3 attackers. And then when Arsenal make a defensive substitution, he brings on a 4th attacker. That's not like Forest. That's really going for it. And I think that deserves that draw today.
Yeah, fair play.
Yeah, did you feel that Arteta could have done more on the touchline? Because it felt like Regis Labrie really does do that tactical in-game play, doesn't he?
Well, he was pretty angry on the touchline, wasn't he?
Jamie, what do you think?
To be fair to him, look, squad-wise, we've got a great squad. We've got no injuries going forward. So we had a lot of defenders on the bench. So if we got a third, we might have saw maybe a back 6. But in attack, we had, Wanyeri. That's really all we might have saw. Maybe Dalman. We were missing Gyökeres today. People don't like him, but he's a bully. Him and Ballard were a great battle today. Nothing against Moreno, but you're definitely fill in the gap a little
Would
bit.
you would you
Eze,
have liked?
go on.
Sorry, Jamie. Just quickly, would you have liked to see like Nwaneri maybe play as a false nine, because he's got speed, he can dribble, he can score.
Yes and no. I feel with these sort of games, with Ballard especially in the back three they've got at Sunderland, you need a Moreno type. Just a big figure there, not to do anything per se, but to just be there. So if it Havertz, for example, or Gyökeres, would have been a bit better. But I feel if we had had Nwaneri drop in, Trossard drop deeper, their back three sits even stronger and go on him, get through us. We wouldn't get through them.
Stephen, Jamie, thank you so much for your company
Thank
this
you.
evening. I know who's a bit
guys.
happier at the moment. Thanks, Stephen.